We're here in Niterói, Brazil. I'm sitting on beautiful Piratininga. I think I said that right. It's taken me a while to figure out how to say that. But a beautiful beach here. I'm here in Niterói, Brazil after visiting Rio. Hi, I'm Dennis from Groove Art. I make music while wandering the world. And right now I'm wandering around a town called Niterói. Niterói is about an hour away from Rio by car. All it is a trip across this beautiful bridge here. On moving day from Rio to Niterói, I did fall asleep, so I didn't actually have a chance to see that bridge. But I'm sure it's a beautiful view from there. Niterói is a much smaller city than Rio, a lot quieter. But here we have this beautiful beach here. This is again Piratininga. I have an apartment just kind of on the first third of the beach. Nice apartment, really nice location. This little stretch of beach here is on a strip of land, and on the other side of that strip of land is a big lake. So this little piece of land is only, I'm going to say, about maybe a block, 2 blocks deep before you hit the lagoon. It's a big lagoon all behind in here. So the scenery here, just unbelievable. As you can see, I'm sitting here all by myself right now on this beautiful lookout point on the beach. But beautiful, beautiful scenery. Really nice, quiet and calm. On the other side of me, there is another beach called Praia Campinas, something like that. I'll have to write it up in the description. But all throughout here, it's all beautiful scenery here. Compared to Rio, there's difference on several levels. The quality of life, the pace of which things happen here is so much different. So Rio, a beautiful city, but I would say, for example, that for tourists and kind of the go mentality, that's the place to be. There's so much happening there. Lots of things to do, lots of things to see. There is the favelas to see, there's the music, there's food everywhere you go. Copacabana Beach, come on, that's the place that that's kind of everyone's dream to go there. It was for me anyway. But beautiful scenery as well, very similar to this. In fact, from here, you can really see Rio out in the distance. And actually, if we travel kind of over those, if we travel over there, we can actually see Cristo from there. So we're not really far at all. In fact, it almost looks like it's just across, well it is, it's just across the water, but it looks very close. So because of that, the scenery is very similar. The pace of both places though is very much different. So as I say, Rio is kind of go, lots of things to do, lots of things to see. But in terms of, it kind of depends on what you want to do. So if you like to go, see as many things, and you only have 5 or 6 days or whatever to be in Brazil, and you got to jam it all in, that's probably where you want to be. Everything's kind of close, so you can get a lot of things done in a shorter period of time. But it is go. There's traffic. There's lots of traffic everywhere, and that may or may not bother you. Here, the contrast is almost night and day. So we still have this beautiful scenery, but I find that I can actually sit and enjoy the scenery and just take it all in. Whereas in Rio, yeah, you can take it in, but it's just, you're gonna take it in with others. Let me just talk about safety for a second as well. I did talk about safety a little bit. Parabéns! Fisherman there, he caught a fish. He just showed me he got a fish. So I'm sitting up on this little lookout point, and I guess it's a popular place for fish. So he's pretty happy. He's caught his, maybe he's caught his lunch there. So in terms of this kind of laid back feel between Rio and Brazil, Rio is the place to pack it all in, but here it just kind of opens up, and you can just take it all in, relax. I think what I wanted to say is that it depends on what mode you're in for travel. So I'm not really in the mode of go, go, go right now. I'm kind of looking at living here full or part-time in Brazil, so I'm exploring, and I'm looking through a different lens. I'm looking at, does the city have kind of is it laid out the way I want it to be? Is it beautiful for one? What's the infrastructure like? So for me, I'm on the bike every day. It's a big part of my life. I like to see the water. I need it to be I need to have a reasonable cost of living here. So is this the place? It could be. I'm still going to continue exploring. I have a bit of a loose plan to keep exploring, but it could be. So things I look at are, how easy is it to get around? For me, cars in any city, if I can manage without a car, I will. If I can manage my life in, say, a 10 to 15 kilometer radius on a bike, like just the everyday, that's perfect. Even 20 kilometers, that's great too. But I need scenery. I need it to be kind of a relaxed, chill feel, and this definitely has it. So I'm excited about that. I think too, because everybody is a lot more relaxed here, it's easier to talk to people here. In Rio, it's a little bit more, people are a little bit more serious, I found, just because they're working hard to serve you there. The hospitality staff I'm talking about, but even just the people who are there, they're kind of all busy. Here, even the people who are working, I chat with the people who work in the apartment, the kind of the caretakers there, meet people along the beach, chat with them a little bit. So that's really nice. I ran into some kids yesterday, and they were really excited to see somebody being followed by a drone. So that was really fun to chat with them. So the vibe here, I find it's a lot more relaxed. And for me personally, that's what I enjoy. I'm kind of past the days of going to, being one of the crowd in an over tourism destination. Rio, by no means is there over tourism there. There are a lot of tourists there, but and not necessarily from outside of Brazil. There's a lot of tourists from within Brazil who are there visiting and enjoying. Here it's the same thing, but I don't think I've seen I think most of the time I see people here from Brazil. I don't know that I've seen many other foreigners here. Yeah, maybe Niterói is not really on the map. I could be wrong. I think it should be. But I think it has a lot going for it in terms of livability. In terms of food and prices and things like that, it's definitely more expensive here, which I was a little surprised. I've been to Sao Paulo, I've been to Petrolina, I've been to Ilhabela and Rio, and those places I found I could get away with having dinner for close to 10 Canadian dollars, which in American US dollars is maybe about $6.50 or $7. But I was able to get away with about $10 sometimes. That wouldn't necessarily be a rock star meal. That would be kind of cafeteria quality, but all whole food. So not just fried fish and chips and stuff like that and burgers. It would be, something that I would cook at home. Here, on the other hand, because it's a lot less concentrated and everything's a lot more sparse, I've only been to a couple of restaurants here along the beach. They were good. These two restaurants, they had like indoor and outside seating. There's lots of these, they call them kioskis, or little beach restaurants, or beach huts, if you will. I'm not talking about those. So these two restaurants are kind of across the street. You can sit in an air-conditioned area if you wish, but I find food prices here to be, I'm going to say 25 to 30% more than what I found in Rio, Sao Paulo. I think part of it is just because everything's a lot more spread out here, so that's fair. But I also think the amount of choice is a lot less. So I'm actually having to, in the big cities, I'm able to go out my door and find all sorts of different things within the block. But here, that's not the case. Having said that, I am not staying in the city here. I'm a little bit away from the city of Niterói. So I'm about 25-30 minute ride away from the city, which is probably where I'd find lots of places to eat. So I was there yesterday, and I ate in a buffet where they have a wide variety of food, and I paid $10 Canadian, maybe 10 or 11 for lunch. Oh, sorry, that was for dinner. And so yeah, maybe it's just because I'm in this little quiet area here, things are a bit more expensive. So, but here, a lot more of a touristy feel in terms of food. The kiosks, it's all fried, fish and chips. They have their pastéis, pastel. If you're familiar with an empanada type of thing in Colombia, Philippines, it's that type of thing, fried, and there's meat inside there. One little note about Brazil and meat is, this is a carnivore country. They enjoy their steaks, but I find just the little things like spaghetti, lasagna, hamburgers, everything that's got meat in it, even ground beef, it's good, and they give you a lot. So that's one thing I actually enjoy here is the burgers have a lot of flavor. It's not full of filler and stuff like that. It's all beef. The food here I find is the selection is a little less here in my area, and it's also quite a bit more expensive. I think another reason why I really like Niterói over some of the bigger cities is safety. I have, knock on wood, I don't have any wood around here, but knock on wood, I have not yet had any issues with safety in Sao Paulo or Rio, but the radar is always up. And in Rio, for example, I go on the beach, sit down there, I'm not going to leave my stuff there unattended, and I'm strapping my bag to the chair just to make sure no one's going to run up and grab it while I'm sitting there. Here, I'm way more relaxed. I don't think about pulling my phone out on the street, and the locals will tell you the same thing. It's so much more relaxed. I'm sure there's stuff here that happens like there is everywhere, but just having to not deal with that stress, that's a big plus for me here. So some things to do around here as a tourist. To be honest, I haven't spent a lot of time doing those things. I do my normal kind of routine, if you will. I'm out on the bike every day. I'm trying to be practicing music every day. But some things to do here are there's a museum kind of over in that direction, but it's closed right now. I think it's been closed for a while. It's been closed for renovations. But really, I think the thing here is just being outside, the outdoors, and the beautiful beaches. I just like hanging out and chilling. I only had a week here in Niterói just because of the way my Airbnb scheduling worked. I only had a week here, even less than a week, about 6 full days, and I found it hard. When I got here, I had all these ideas of doing this, doing that. One of the goals is I was trying to get some serious songwriting in, and I failed miserably at that. But hey, can you blame me? There was all this to deal with. But I probably got maybe 2 hours of songwriting in while I was here, and I needed much more. I'm hoping I can get a bit more time in today to do that, but it's already, time is already ticking. This is my last full day here, so I'm trying to get a lot of things done in today. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to have time to relax, but time just flies. There's biking that I'm doing every day. There's practicing. There's composition that I'm trying to work on. So failed on the music making side of things, but at the same time, I didn't want to come here and not experience any of Niterói. So I've experienced kind of a light version of it, but for what I'm trying to do, I kind of did what I needed to do while I was here. All right, I think that's it. So that's my little report today on Niterói, my 6 days in Niterói. Please like and subscribe. Keep making some music, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.